Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Fucking Empowerment. Here we talk about consciousness, the law of attraction, and how to reach your fucking dreams. All right, now dreams, they're the most beautiful things that you can create in your mind using your imagination. Your imagination, when allowed to create, has no limits. But if you have limiting beliefs, then you have limited dreams. Okay, so before you move forward and watch this, I want you to make a decision to one, aim to be the best fucking version of yourself. The one that has no limits, okay? When you're thinking about manifesting, say, this is what I want. That's the best thing that I want, No, hey, it costs too much, or, I can't travel. None of that stuff. Just you want it, you got it. The highest version. You're stepping into your highest version, your highest dimension right now. If not, you're not ready for it, it's okay. Come back later. And be ready to learn and apply. Okay, there's a balance that we need. We must know about the spirit and the mind, but we're also in this physical realm. So we're not just here, we're both. Okay, we must balance them out. I like the example of the what Yogananda told me in his book Scientific Healings, and in what The Secret talks about. Okay, Scientific Healings by Paramahansa Yogananda. All right, we must use both. Okay, we must use both things out here, because medicine, for example, is the physical, and then healing from our mind is the metaphysical. We can use both, okay? We don't just live in one place. You can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna heal myself with the mind in that area," but then still eat and still be from this earth. You can't do that. We're here, okay? We are here. Let's get this shit. All right. So I'm going over chapter 3 in The Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. The chapter Power of Assumption, just like the fucking title. Okay, so I'm gonna go over some quotes, and this is where I'm gonna start. Quote: man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. Okay. I think most of us were born that way. We don't have the understanding that we can create anything with our mind. All right, I think that's part of the game. It's part of the game. Then, following our intuition and our heart, we find this knowledge. Okay, we find this knowledge. I think I started attracting this knowledge when I spoke to God, because I was working so hard, trying to make some money, and I said, "God help me. God help me. I'm exhausted. God help me. Help me with money." And then I was attracted to, in this order, Think and Grow Rich and Rich Dad Poor Dad. Then I went on to attract The Secret, and then Bob Proctor coaching program. Okay. And then onwards and onwards. I read a few. I don't know. I don't keep track, but I have hella books on the mind and psychology, mostly manifestation, not like scientific psychology stuff. More like Neville Goddard, Thomas Troward, Rhonda Byrne, James Allen, Wallace Wattles, Joseph Murphy, Maxwell Maltz, and they talk about this, how your mind and your beliefs create your character, the person you are, okay, on the physical. So you play around and start creating in the mind. I go here, the mind, but the mind is everywhere. And then it becomes a thing. From no thing, which is a thought and beliefs and feelings, no thing to a thing. Next quote. All that befalls a man, all that is done by him, all that comes from him, happens as a result of his state of consciousness. Rain falls as a result of a change in temperature in the higher regions of the atmosphere. So, in like manner, a change in circumstance is necessary before you can change your outer world. Okay, this is pretty fucking crazy because I was not trying to like connect what I said previously to this, but rain in the air is water vaporized. It is not physical, okay? It's not a physical thing. It's not an object. It's a no thing, okay? If we start, like, the temperature gets cold right now and you start breathing and you have a mustache, those of you who have mustaches know, temperature gets cold, you start breathing, the precipitation is gonna cause right here to get water drops all around here because there's water in the air, okay? And then when it starts getting really, really cold, it rains, okay? So same with your mind. You have your thought, you play with it, you dwell in it, of the things that you desire, right? Health, wealth, love. You're feeling into those feelings, assuming them already done, visualizing them and assuming them done, right? How Neville Goddard would say, assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. If you can't get the feeling, you can ask yourself the question, how would I feel were my wish realized? How would I feel were my wish realized? Okay, usually you get a feeling of relief or happiness, a positive emotion. Okay, now the first step to get this shit done with your consciousness, to manifest something in your life physically, because the moment you have it in your mind, you've manifested it. It's there in your mind. Now you want to manifest it onto the physical. You want to make some rain, okay? You want to make it rain. The first step is the renewing of the mind. It is desire. The first step in the renewing of the mind is desire. The first step in the renewing of the mind is desire. You want to be different and intend to be. Before you can begin to change yourself, you must want to be different before you can begin to change yourself, all right? So Neville Goddard says you must have a desire. Okay, so what is it that you don't fucking want? All right. Now you know what you do desire, okay? If you don't have money, you want money, all right? So feel rich, feel the freedom of money, the freedom of having enough to buy whatever it is that you want, all right? Or whatever feeling is that what you is, or whatever the feeling that you get when you ask yourself the question, right? The question of the ages, I call it. How would I feel were my wish realized? How would I feel were my wish realized? By desiring to be other than what you are, you can create an ideal of the person you want to be and assume that you are already that person. If this assumption is persisted in until it becomes your dominant feeling, the attainment of your ideal is inevitable. Again, I'm manifested going to university and getting good grades and getting scholarships and things like that because I visualized for years, okay? 2 years I was visualizing. 2 years I was visualizing while in prison. And there's a lot of stories like this where a lot of guys say, oh, I visualize having a family. I visualize getting rich. I visualize starting a business. I visualize becoming a lawyer. I visualize, I visualize, I visualize, I visualize, I visualize, I visualize, I visualize. And these guys are doing years, okay? Years. So it's a paradox, right? Like, because they're incarcerated, but then again, they have the perfect conditions to use their mind, because they're not just going to be staring at a wall the whole time. They have to get out of that physical and mental rut, because their consciousness is seeing that. So they, or we, right? Those of us who've been incarcerated, close our eyes and we imagine what we want to do when we get out, right? And if you're watching this and you're incarcerated right now, because I know there's fucking phones there, you can get out. Visualize yourself out, right? Or if you're in a relationship or you're in a job, visualize yourself out of it. Visualize yourself somewhere where you want to be, okay? And it will be, because you already are in it. So as you walk in that assumption, it will manifest in the physical realm. As soon as it manifests in the physical realm, you have made it rain. You have turned it from non-physical no thing, which is your thought, and then you persisted in it, and then it becomes a thing, which is a manifested thing. Or how the analogy was, the water in the higher atmosphere got colder, or the atmosphere temperature changed, and it became rain. Okay? Same fucking thing. Bob Proctor would say, all right, take a piece of paper. You see this? It's a physical piece of paper, right? Burn it. Shh. Now it's ether. Now it's in the ether. It's gone. It's not a thing. But it was a thing. All things are like that, and they can be created and destroyed. Created and destroyed, okay? In the physical realm. Next quote. Your imagination is the instrument, the means whereby your redemption from slavery, sickness, and poverty is effected. Again, I did not fucking attempt to say, slavery, slavery is like prison. You're enslaved to the system. Sickness and poverty, right? See yourself healthy. Here's the trick. If you're sick right now, something ails you, get comfortable first. Sit down in a comfortable chair, or drink a tea, coffee, or take some medicine so that your pain goes away and you're just relaxed. Now you're relaxed. Relax your body, meditate a little bit, breathe basically, do some mindful breathing. Just get present and breathe. Close your eyes and see yourself healthy, running, or what have you. Whatever it is that you can't do because of your sickness, see yourself doing it because you are healthy now. It's just the opposite, right? Think of the opposite. And poverty, right? If you're living in poverty and can't, buy food or clothes or what have you, see yourself with the clothes. See yourself at a restaurant eating, right? Seeing the waiter coming to yourself saying, hey, is everything okay? Do you need anything else? Oh yeah, can you give me some more bread or something? Just like feel in your heart that you already have the money or whatever to buy it, right? This is an imaginal act. This is an act. And yes, you persist in it. I love the word persist. I love that word persist, because I've always persisted in the things that I want. Always. Persist. Especially if you have a strong desire. And this was before I was like spiritual. One time there was this girl who I really liked. Her name was Andrea, or is Andrea. She's still alive. And I really, really fell in love with her the moment I saw her. I'm still in love with her. And I still love her. But I remember the feeling. It was this deep, deep sense of love. So every time I saw her, it just got stronger. So instead of just feeling, I just want her, or I want her to be my girlfriend, or I want to have sex with her, I didn't have those thoughts. I was just like, I did have those thoughts initially, because inherently that's what we want with the opposite sex. So I just went up to her and just started talking to her, like, hey, where are you? What are you doing today? What are you doing later? Do you have a brother? You have a father, mother, or where do you live? And things like that. I was just asking her questions. I just want to get to know her. That's how intrigued I was. And I didn't stop. She didn't like me at first, but then eventually she became my girlfriend. We had sex, and I persisted. It's something I really wanted. You know, I love her. I love her. Okay. All right, now let's go on to the last quote. Wow, we're on 15 minutes. Damn. I don't mean like, oh, we're in 15 minutes. It's just that went by fast. All right, so this is the last quote. If you refuse to assume the responsibility of the incarnation of a new and higher concept of yourself, then you reject the means, the only means whereby your redemption, that is, the attainment of your ideal, can be effected. Imagination is the only redemptive power in the universe. Whew. Powerful, powerful, powerful. That means what he just said is that you're responsible for the changes in your life. If you don't take responsibility, you're not gonna see any change. Okay. And the only redemptive thing we have is our imagination, which is our mind. Our infinite, unlimited, powerful imagination. Okay. You have it. And I'm gonna end this with a little poem that Neville Goddard left in the end because it just resonated. It was so good. Oh, be strong then and brave, pure, patient, and true. The work that is yours, let no other hand do. For the strength for all need is faithfully given from the fountain within you, the kingdom of heaven. All right, so I hope you like this one. If this resonated, if this is helping you, these videos are helping you, share this video with somebody you really, really fucking love and care about. I love you. Until next time, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's talk more about this. And until next time, peace. I love you.